This video is for the parents who open the fridge just before dinner time and just stare. Your mind goes blank. Not because there's nothing in there, but because you don't know what to do with what is in there. Maybe cooking has never been your thing. Maybe it used to, but the toddler years have taken every last bit of energy that you have. Maybe you're doing this solo and by 5 p.m. you're running on empty and the last thing you want to do is stand at the stove and think about cooking. Well, I see you, and this video is specifically for you. 9 whole food toddler meals, 3 breakfast, 3 lunch and 3 dinners. None of them require any real skill in the kitchen. None of them take longer than 10 minutes of actual effort. And every single one of them is genuinely nourishing for a little body that is growing at a rate you will never see again. I'm going to say this right up front because I think it needs to be said. The world of toddler feeding can feel incredibly overwhelming. And a lot of that is because most of the content out there assumes you either love cooking or that you actually have time for it. And if neither of those are true for you right now, you end up feeling like you're already failing before you've even started. Well, you're not failing, you just need a different set of meals. The meals I'm sharing today are the meals I come back to time and time again when life is hard and brain capacity is low. They're not fancy, a few of them are barely even recipes, just combinations, but they're built around real whole ingredients that are going to do good for your toddler's body. Because here's the thing, toddlers between 1 and 3 are in this extraordinary window of development. Their brains are growing fast, their immune systems are being built, and the food going in every day is literally the raw material for all of that. And that doesn't mean that every meal needs to be complicated, it just means that ingredients matter. This is simple food, good ingredients, and that's it. So let's get into it. First breakfast is banana pancakes. Now before you scroll on past because you think pancakes can be time consuming, these ones are not complicated at all. The base of these is just 3 ingredients, banana, eggs and nut butter. That's it. And they're perfect for baby-led weaning because they hold their shape but are nice and soft and mushy to eat. You just want to mash a ripe banana into the bowl. The riper the better because that means it's going to give that natural sweetness. Crack in 2 eggs, whisk it together, add some nut butter and a pinch of cinnamon. Now at this point, if you want your mixture to go a little bit further or you want it to be a bit more chewy for the older kids, I would add in a handful of rolled oats. Cook it in some butter on a medium to low heat, about 3 to 4 minutes each side. Let it cool down, slice it into fingers, serve it with some berries on the side and a bit of Greek yogurt to dip the pancakes into. They're soft, slightly sweet and the perfect size for little hands and no syrup needed. Now, why do these make the list? Because bananas bring potassium, B6 and natural fiber. Eggs bring in protein, healthy fats and choline, which is one of the most important nutrients for brain development, and most toddlers don't get enough of it. The rolled oats add prebiotic fiber, which feed the good bacteria in your toddler's gut, and cinnamon because of its anti-inflammatory properties. The reason I love this one is they freeze really well. So make a big batch, stack them in the freezer with some baking paper in between, and at breakfast time, you just pop it out of the freezer, warm it up, and breakfast is done in less than 2 minutes. Now this one isn't really cooking, it's so simple. Your kids can assemble this themselves, which they will love to do. They're going to just spoon some plain Greek yogurt into their bowl, top it with whatever fruit you've chopped up for them and sprinkle some seeds on top. A small drizzle of honey if that's going to get them over the line with the Greek yogurt and if they're over 12 months old. Now let's talk about the yogurt. You want to go for plain, not flavored. Not the ones marketed to kids that are usually high in sugar, have flavors and thickeners. Plain Greek yogurt has no added sugar. It's nice and high in protein and full of beneficial bacteria that's so great for your toddler's gut health. For the fruit, whatever you have in the fridge. And if you don't have any fresh fruit, hopefully you've got some frozen berries in the freezer. Warm them up and they'll become nice and get a nice little berry sauce going. You can always mash in some chia seeds into that mix and wait till it thickens up a bit to make a really easy berry chia jam. Alternative seeds, I love to use hemp seeds. They're nice for little ones. And an LSA mix, which is linseeds or flax seeds, sunflower seeds and almonds. That is going to help increase diversity in their diet as well. This will add in omega-3s and a little extra protein as well. So this breakfast takes literally a couple of minutes to throw together and your toddler's getting protein, probiotics, healthy fats, vitamin C and fiber from the fruit. That's a really impressive nutritional hit for 2 minutes of effort. I think scrambled eggs on toast is a really underestimated toddler meal. When you do it right, it's one of the most nourishing things you can put in front of a small child. And it's one of my kids' absolute favorite brekkies. The doing it right part is 2 things. First of all, cook them low and slow, not a really hot pan and a quick scramble. You want a medium to low heat. Keep stirring them and pull them off just before you think they're done. This gives it a really nice, soft, creamy texture. The texture sensitive toddlers should enjoy. And secondly, the bread really matters. So we're going to use a real sourdough here, whole grains even better, and it should just have flour, water and salt in the ingredients. And it's a much better option than regular white sandwich bread. Fermentation of sourdough makes it easy to digest and causes a much gentler blood sugar response. Supermarket bread labeled sourdough generally isn't, so make sure you flip it over and check those ingredients. Now in the scrambled eggs, I like to add a pinch of turmeric and a crack of black pepper while they're cooking. You cannot taste it. It turns them a nice, gorgeous golden color, and the turmeric is such a powerful anti-inflammatory, and the pepper alongside aids the absorption. Now that step is optional. The eggs are going to be great without it too. Eggs are one of my most reached for toddler ingredients because their nutritional profile is extraordinary. You've got protein, healthy fats, choline for brain development, vitamin D, B12, and if there's one food I'd ask you to put in on consistent rotation, it's eggs. Now sardines. And I need you to stay with me here on this one. Just hear me out, because this is 5-minute lunch, 1 bowl, and one of the most nutrient-dense things you can put down in front of your toddler. You just need to drain a tin of wild-caught sardines, mash them up really, really well, mash in some avocado, a squeeze of lemon, and a pinch of salt, and that's it. Spread it on some sourdough toast or some really clean whole grain crackers. The avocado makes it so nice and creamy, and the lemon really brightens it up and helps to disguise the fishy taste. My little ones haven't complained about a fishy flavour. They just think they're getting avo on toast. My tip would be start small and build up. So maybe just start with 1/3 of a tin of sardines and a whole avocado, and then as their taste buds get used to it, you can build it up from there. Now sardines are brilliant for the omega-3 fatty acids, which are critical for toddler brain development. Calcium from the sardine bones, yes, there are soft bones in there and are safe to eat once they're all mashed up. Iron, you've got vitamin D, healthy fats from the avocado as well. You might still not be sold, but please give this one a go. There's nothing to lose and everything to gain. So for the second lunch, another no-cook recipe. You just want a really nice, clean ingredient wrap. My go-to is mountain bread or even a Lebanese style pita. It works well too. Spread it generously with hummus. You can lie some slices of cucumber, grated carrot on top, and then pop whichever cheese your child likes. You're just going to roll it up and cut it in half, or you can slice it into smaller pinwheel shapes if your toddler's into that. On the side, serve it with some cut up cherry tomatoes, some apple slices, or some kiwi slices. For a toddler, 1 kiwi will cover their entire daily recommended vitamin C requirement. Now, hummus is doing more than you might think. It's made from chickpeas, which bring in the plant-based protein, iron and fiber. There's tahini in there, which adds a bit of calcium and healthy fats. The vegetables add crunch, fiber and color, and the cheese adds a bit more protein and calcium too. Now, this easy no-cook lunch is one that your toddler can help prepare too. Get them to spread the hummus on the wrap or lay the veggies down, because when they help you make the food, they're more likely to eat it. Now, this third one, it's almost not really a recipe. It's just such a quick and easy lunch that you can throw together in a few minutes, especially if you've already got some boiled eggs sitting in the fridge. And it's such a good combination nutritionally. So you're just going to put some avocado slices on a plate, sprinkle them with hemp seeds, add your boiled egg. A drizzle of good olive oil will be lovely here too, and a tiny pinch of salt. You can pop a few veggies on the side, whatever your child prefers. And if you've got some leftover protein in the fridge, like some meat from the night before or some hot smoked salmon, go ahead and pop that on the plate too. And if you need to, a few clean ingredient whole grain crackers, if that's what's going to get them over the line here. So this takes less than like 5 minutes to throw together this snack plate, but it packs a punch nutritionally. Healthy fats from the avocado and egg, protein, choline for brain development. We've got folate, potassium, vitamin E. It's all naturally high in fat and protein, which means it's going to keep your toddler satisfied for longer, which is always a win. Okay, I love this pasta meal. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have the time to make a pasta meal tonight, think again. You're going to take your favorite jar of pasta sauce with clean ingredients, of course, warm it on the stove. Now, if you feel like it, grate some extra veg in there and let them cook into it. Or if you feel like, if you have the energy, you can add some meat into the sauce too. Even without meat, what's really going to take this up a nutritional notch is red lentils, bone broth concentrate, and liver powder. The red lentils soften really quickly as they cook and just melt into the sauce, and your kids won't be able to taste them. A spoonful of bone broth concentrate and the organ powder are really going to boost the nutrient and vitamin levels dramatically in this dish. Serve it on top of pasta or rice. It goes with anything really. And if you want to up the protein some more, you can choose a pulse pasta. There's heaps available these days, and they're gluten-free as well. Now, why the lentils? Red lentils are one of the most iron-rich foods you can put into a meal, and toddlers have a really high iron requirement. So even for a meatless sauce, they're going to get that good hit of iron. And to help with the absorption, you're going to serve it with some vitamin C rich fruit or veggies on the side. So think capsicum, kiwi, or even orange segments. They're really going to help boost the absorption of the iron when they're eaten alongside the meal. These are a must try for a really busy evening, and they always go down a treat. You're just going to season some lamb cutlets with salt, pepper, and any herbs that you like. Throw them onto a grill or a hot pan. They only take about 3 minutes each side. And while they're cooking, you just chop up some veggie sticks to serve, or grab some frozen peas from the freezer. Serve them up with the veggies and some Greek yogurt for dipping the lamb lollipops into. Lamb is one of the best sources of iron and zinc for brain development, and the Greek yogurt adds calcium and gut-friendly probiotics. On those nights you've got zero energy, this is such an easy throw together meal. Now this dinner does cook for the longest time, but again, very minimal effort and prep required, because after taking 5 minutes to throw everything onto the tray, the oven does all the work. So I'm sure you've heard of a tray bake before. This one we're going to use chicken thighs because they don't dry out like chicken breast does. Pop them onto a tray with whatever veggies you want to cut up. I recommend sweet potato, pumpkin, zucchini, capsicum or broccoli, even cauliflower. Anything works here really. Give them a rough chop, drizzle it all with olive oil, garlic powder, some dried herbs and a pinch of salt and pepper. Bake it in a 200 degrees Celsius oven for 30 to 35 minutes and you're done. That's it. Walk away, come back when it smells incredible and dinner will be ready. For your toddler, just shred the chicken a little, chop up the veg a bit smaller. The thighs are always moist because it doesn't dry out. And the vegetables should caramelize in a way that makes them sweet and appealing. This whole dish comes together with basically no effort at all. Now, chicken thighs are higher in iron and zinc than breast meat. Both are critical for toddler immune function, growth, and cognitive development. And you've got fiber and vitamins from your roast veg. Everyone's happy. There you go, 9 meals, 3 breakfast, 3 lunch, 3 dinner, and not one of them needs cooking experience or much energy to pull off. I want to say one thing before I go. These meals are not just good enough meals. They're not compromise meals. They are genuinely nourishing whole food meals built around ingredients that are doing really meaningful things for your toddler's development. You don't need to love cooking or be a whiz in the kitchen to feed your child well. You just need a few right meals in your back pocket. I've put together all 9 recipes in a free printable for you. It'll be in the description below. Print it off, pop it on the fridge, and then you've got something to reference when your brain is just not working and you've got a hangry toddler. If this helps you, please give it a like. It really helps other mums find this kind of content, and drop a comment below and tell me which one of these you're going to try first. Subscribe if you haven't already. I've got plenty more practical whole food ideas coming, and I'll see you in the next one.